The following is a presentation of the Belly Up Sports Media Network.
Hey everyone, it's Ryan from No Credentials Required to talk to you about one of our newest partners at Belly Up Sports, SeatGeek. Yeah, live sports is great on television, but the feeling of being at the arena is a priceless experience. That's why our friends at SeatGeek are there to help you find the best tickets at the best prices. Not only can you get tickets to sporting events, but you can also get tickets to concerts, comedy shows, musicals, and more. Search for your desired event now at SeatGeek.com, enter promo code BellyUpSports at checkout, and you save $20 off your first purchase. SeatGeek. Life's an event. We have the tickets.
It's time to BS.
So anyway, that's how I set my arm on fire and plucked a cactus out of my asshole.
You what?
No, the first part is true. I did set my arm on fire.
How'd you manage that?
Mike, I'm a welder. Is it really a hard question?
True. True.
Where'd the second part come from?
Just word association, out of context comedy I'm practicing.
Wow.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 191 of Time to BS with Daniel Smith. Joining me is Jack and Mike. Mike from the Area Attack Podcast. Good Lord, what a start. Mike is fixing his mic.
Yeah, because I can hear you, but I can barely hear, if that makes any sense.
Maybe it's the freaking headphones.
I know.
Blow on it. Suck on it. Put some lube. I don't know.
Whatever. I can hear it, so we're all good. If I'm good on your guys' end, we're good.
Yeah, we're good. Jack, can you hear him?
We got you. Yep.
All right, I can hear you. I can hear you on my end perfectly good.
Of course you can hear me.
Oh, yeah, because you're fucking tech genius over here with the floating Rams helmet and the Drew Doughty stick above your head. The Drew Doughty stick probably brings good luck.
I would like to think so. The Kings haven't scored. They got held to 2 goals in their first game this season, and since then they've scored at least 5 in every game since. So I'm liking it.
Do you guys think Doughnut is a secret agent?
Yes.
You got her that secret agent base, so.
Honestly, no, I am serious. I think it's like a Perry the Platypus situation here with Doughnut. Where it's like, she finds like a secret hole and all of a sudden she puts on like a top hat and all of a sudden, bam, secret agent Doughnut.
I can see that.
It was a fedora, but yes.
Close enough. Close enough.
Yeah.
It looks the same. Fedora top hat looks the freaking same. But her title is Special Agent Doughnut of the OSS, if you get that reference. Jack, I don't think gets that reference.
I don't think I get that reference.
Damn it, you've never seen Spy Kids?
I've heard of Spy Kids. I don't think I've seen it, though.
Put it on your list to go watch the first 2 Spy Kids movies. Mike, I'm sure Mike, you have 3 kids. I am sure you've seen that movie.
Yeah.
Thank
By the way,
God.
I got my headphones volume up, so we really good now.
Okay, that's phenomenal.
No, I've definitely seen it, dude. No, I know exactly what you're talking about.
I was about to say.
At least one person here.
Yeah, what the fuck? So yeah, she's Princess Doughnut, the first of her name, destroyer of worlds and consumer of catnip, and then she is Special Agent Doughnut of the OSS.
Nice.
Which doesn't surprise me either or because of her monstrous amounts of destruction capabilities. What do you think her skill set or gear would be? I feel like she had laser gear.
Definitely laser. I think all cats are laser.
Yeah. Cats have to have, like, X-ray vision or something like
exactly.
that because of the way their eyes are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they're looking outside when it's pitch dark outside, and they obviously see something compared to what we can.
Yeah, they see fucking something. That's for damn sure.
Oh, they see a lot of things we probably don't want to see.
Dogs too.
Well, dogs will see a speck of dust and will chase after it.
Dogs will chase their own tail and bark at the same time too.
Hey, dogs are great though.
No, they are.
They're fantastic. Mike, how have you been, bro?
Dude, I've been great. Just working a lot. My team sucks in Denver. OU's winning, so that takes care of it. And went to BOK Center on Friday night
Nice.
for SmackDown, then returned it on Monday Night Raw at the Paycom Center downtown.
Nice.
Saw Jimmy kick Jay to where the Judgment Day can get the titles back.
Is that a main event-ish shirt I am seeing on your shirt?
Yes, it is. I got that on Raw.
Looks good.
Thank you.
Shout out to Jey Uso.
Appreciate it.
Jack,
What?
how are you? How was Vegas?
Hot. I got sunburned. I don't know if you can tell.
You look sunburnt.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, yeah.
You can tell there's a difference in color on my arm.
Yeah, it's a very distinct color change from
I don't know if it shows up more.
pale to significantly
I can see
less
it,
pale.
yeah.
From pale to significantly less. The lighting, I think, makes it look brighter than it is. There's like a lamp, like not that far away from me. So.
You went from pale to Patrick Swayze.
Yeah, pretty much. I think you might see my face is like peeling a little bit too. I don't know if you can tell.
Yeah, on like the mustache area.
Yeah.
On the stash you don't have.
I got absolutely roasted alive out there in the middle of the Vegas desert, but it was fun.
You saw Vroom Vroom.
I did see Vroom Vroom.
Vroom Vroom was fun.
NASCAR, for those who don't understand that joke.
Praise Dale. That's a one that Mike gets.
I get it too.
I'm be shocked if you didn't get it, because that's like
hell. Praise Dale.
Dale Earnhardt is like God amongst NASCAR.
He's the legend of NASCAR.
The stand that I was sitting in was named after him. It was called the Dale Earnhardt Terrace at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. So,
fucking mint.
It was fun. I had a good time. Got to check out the cars at full speed for once, because the only other 2 times I went was at the LA Coliseum. So, yeah, your look is pretty much how I felt when I first heard about that. Yeah, they built a track inside the LA Coliseum.
I mean, I understand like the whole Olympics part of it, but sure.
It was fun though. They made it work. I thought it was decent.
Cool.
But it's just like, obviously with how small that place is, they can't get out of second gear. So it's like,
that's
I need to go check out the real thing, and I enjoyed it. So,
Jack, I'm gonna get you pissed off. How does Dave Roberts still have a job?
I don't know. You know how? It's because Andrew Friedman decided that this was going to be the year where he accepted the blame, which I don't know if I really disagree with that either, to be honest, but I don't think he did a terrible job. I just feel like maybe there were a couple moves that the Dodgers could have made that they didn't make. But if I'm being completely honest, I didn't really expect a different outcome this season. Like
Clayton Kershaw turning into a pumpkin?
Not even just Kershaw, just like the team in general and the results. Like I'm numb to it at this point. It's what this team does. It's like we're basically like the Chargers of baseball, except we at least
no, you're not. You're like the Mariners, except you win all the time, but you still get punched continuously in the dick.
Who's a team that wins a lot in the regular season and then blows in the playoffs? That's the 49ers.
That'd be the I think the St. Louis Cardinals as of recently.
I'm trying to compare them to a football team.
Oh, football? Yeah, San Francisco.
San Francisco would be my top choice. Or Buffalo.
No, but
they win a lot but can't get past that round.
Yeah, true. I mean, they made
Super Bowls.
They made it to the AFC title game once in the Josh Allen era. That's true. It's a good point. Mike, you're 6 games into the Sean Payton era.
Yeah.
The defense stinks.
Yeah, PS2, did you see that?
What?
Trade talks with Philadelphia?
I don't think he gets traded. I'd be shocked if he gets traded.
I wish I knew somebody really deep inside. I like PS2. I would hate to see him go. At the same time, I wouldn't blame him if he wanted to play for a winning team.
Hey.
That would suck, though, losing him, but that'd be a great pickup for Philly.
Hey, good news is the offense is playing well, sort of.
But we can't stop nobody.
But hey, Russ looks good.
Russ looks good. This has been a crap show the entire season. I don't know what to even say at this point. Vance Joseph killed a top 10, top 5 defense from a year ago. Now we're one of the, if not the worst defense in the league. Surprisingly played pretty well last week against Kansas City defensively. Offense, Russ has his moments. I don't know. This team's so confusing.
Now you know how I felt for 10 years.
This team just... I don't know. They got to figure something out. I still say fire sale this team. Obviously, Russ, I don't know. You got to be probably stuck with him, but I would try to get as many. I hate saying this, but I'm not saying tank for Caleb because obviously Caleb I don't think wants to play here because he threw 3 interceptions. I guess he's hoping that first round pick, number 1 overall pick, kind of falls from that. But I don't know, dude. I think fire sale this team. I mean, at least defensively. See what you can get out of Simmons. See what you can get out of PS2. Judy, Sutton. I don't know. Kind of disappointing. I'm really disappointing this team at this point. It's really heartbreaking.
Well, the trade deadline is October 31st.
Mm-hmm.
It's the 20th right now as we're recording. The trade deadline is in 11 days, and there's a lot of names that are being thrown around. Not just in Denver, but
right, exactly.
Carolina's on there.
Yep.
Washington's thrown around. The Cardinals have thrown players around. Tennessee. Indianapolis, you're seeing Chicago, you're seeing teams that are like, all right, they're starting to realize that the value of the trade deadline and be like, okay, let's ship some players off, get some draft picks back, and rebuild our teams from the ground up. The Patriots, good Lord.
My God.
How long has it been since we said the Patriots?
Could this be the year that Bill Belichick finally gets the boot?
He's not getting the boot mid-season. He's gonna resign or force me.
It's gonna be he leaves midseason. It's like I don't know.
It's hard to say.
It's really tough to say, but it's not like I don't know. I kind of feels like this is the end of the road for him because it's not getting any better in New England.
No, it's not.
And it's like for a coach as great as he's been, you would think that he'd be able to figure something out by now, and it just hasn't happened. And it's like at some point you got to know when it's time to. I don't know why I can't find the word, but you know what I'm talking about.
Well, it's not just Belichick. The offense can't do anything. The defense, which was his specialty, they can't do shit.
Well,
they can't do anything.
Isn't the answer either.
Well, it's the whole team. I mean, if we're being honest here, if and when Belichick splits
right
from the Patriots, he's gonna get a whole fucking parade around Foxborough, if not the entire state of Massachusetts.
And rightfully so.
Rightfully fucking so.
Yeah.
Mike, you're old enough to remember this. Do you remember a time when the Patriots were being threatened to move?
Oh, yeah.
See?
Mm-hmm.
If Belichick, or before him, if Robert Kraft does not buy the Patriots in 94, brings in Parcells, and then later Belichick in 2000, and then they start cranking out Super Bowls, we're talking the Patriots leave Massachusetts. New England as a whole.
Yep.
There's a chance of that in a million years.
Oh, there was a time back in the late 80s and early 90s where the Patriots were being threatened to move.
I mean, I'm sure every team has had that happen at least once throughout their time. Maybe not Green Bay, but otherwise, I don't know.
Seattle was being threatened to move to Los Angeles back in the 90s.
That story. That was a fun little.
That was fucking weird.
That would have been funny if the Seahawks ended up in LA.
That would have been weird. That would have just been weird.
the Rams were never in that consideration. Like, they were just always, like, in Cleveland or St. Louis. And then the Seahawks moved to LA, I probably would have ended up being a Seahawks fan, so...
One of us. No, I'm just kidding.
That's a funny...
I'm just kidding. But let's go back to the trade deadline, because there's a lot of names that have been rumored around, particularly three big ones.
Doughnut is going crazy right now behind you.
Well, Doughnut's just being a crackhead, as she usually does. Well,
Yeah.
so here's what I did. I got Doughnut a castle, plus I got her, like, scratching pads for, like, on the side of the couch.
That's good. That's actually really good. Now.
So, well, thank my girlfriend for that. That was her idea, so she's smart in that regard.
That's huge brain.
Honestly.
That's a big time, yeah.
No fucking kidding, right? But for real, though, like, Carolina's got three big names that are on the market, assumingly. Brian Burns is the top name on the list. Mm-hmm. Dude's going to get traded or paid somewhere.
He's going to get paid regardless of where he ends up.
He's going to get paid anyway, yeah, it's true. The problem here is that our team's willing to pay up what Carolina's going to ask for him.
Depends on what they're going to ask for him. Mm-hmm. Probably at least a few first-round picks.
I would imagine it's going to be at least a first-rounder.
Yeah, at least one.
To be fair here.
Do you think two, probably?
Two firsts, maybe that's the starting point, yeah.
I don't know if two is out of the question, but I think they're definitely going to ask at least one.
Oh, yeah. The other one is his defensive line mate, Derek Brown. Derek Brown's a really fucking good nose tackle.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I sense confusion from both of you.
I'm just trying to think. Because obviously they're going to build around Bryce. I mean, that's obvious.
Oh, you have to.
I mean, well, yeah.
You have no choice.
You do have no choice. And the third one...
That'd be a tough blow for him, though, to lose Derek Brown.
Yeah,
though.
He is, like, their
that
big
would be
guy.
Tough.
And the third one, which I think would probably be the best bargain of the whole bunch, is Jeremy Chin. Their free safety.
I could see that, yeah.
Chin's really good.
Chin is really good.
Chin is really good. If we go up north to Indianapolis, DeForest Buckner's been floating around there. You know, Julian Blackmon's been thrown around there. Kenny Moore's thrown around there. Someone said Ryan Kelly could be thrown in the mix.
Does Indy even know what they're trying to do with this team?
Well, I can tell you this, that they have, is that even in the short sample size that we've seen it, Richardson looks good.
Anthony Richardson is pretty good, yeah.
He's pretty good.
That was a rough injury that he went through, and that's going to suck.
Well, it's smart that he went through the surgery. It's smart. But they got a pretty good offensive line. They got Braden Smith, Quentin Nelson, and Ryan Kelly, who are, I mean, Braden Smith was a second-round pick, but essentially you got 3 first-round picks on that offensive line. And, you know, they really need, like, a really good left tackle, and then that line's really good. Because when Costanzo retired, like, shit hit the fan real fast.
Indy's a few players away from being that big-time threat again.
Honestly, yeah.
They really are.
I mean, let's not forget that they avoided the worst possible... I think they got the best possible outcome going on with Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah, truthfully, yeah, they did.
Oh, God, yeah.
But
absolutely.
Really happy they figured that out because you put a bunch of star players around him and Anthony Richardson. I mean, the Colts can be a big threat again. So.
Another team that is in their division that has, let's be honest, have been quiet, but Tennessee.
I think Tennessee's going to be very active at the trade deadline.
I think Henry might get traded.
Being Henry the first one.
Tennessee is in a really tricky position because they have so many, like, stars, but I'm not sure, like... I mean, they have, like I said, stars. Yeah, they do have stars. They have Derrick Henry. They have DeAndre Hopkins is still there. I mean, I just don't know who's even, like, the long-term quarterback plan for this team.
I don't think so. I don't know if it's Levis. I don't know if it's Malik Willis. I don't know if it's Tannehill. I don't know.
It can't be Tannehill.
It can't be.
No, and I'm not. No, it's definitely not Tannehill, and I'm not really sold on Malik, to be honest.
Yeah. Hey, Jacksonville's 5-2.
Jacksonville's a team.
They look good.
Yeah.
They look good.
Yeah, they're moving in the right track.
Jacksonville is an interesting team. They're you can't complain about the win last night, but it's like that game probably, like, if I'm a Jags fan, I'm like celebrating, but I'm also kind of like, Remember how I felt after the Puka Nacua overtime winner?
Yeah.
Against the Colts? I was happy, but I was like, man, we got some shit to work on, because they were the Colts were not the Colts. The Rams in that game, they were up 23-0 and never should have gone to overtime. The Jaguars were up 24-9. That game never should have had to come down to the wire. Like,
coaching is still good, though. Coaching is still really good.
Yeah.
Surprisingly. On our team,
it's just sometimes the execution isn't always there.
Yeah.
It's got to be there a little bit more often with that team.
Who do the Patriots trade? Because you got to think they're going to do something. I have a name. So, he's a really good lineman. He's been with New England for a long damn time. And he's on a surprisingly really good contract, all things considered.
Right.
David Andrews, their center.
Interesting.
It is interesting. I mean, Jack, do you have his contract by chance?
David
Andrews for the Patriots, yeah. I don't think his contract's that bad.
I wouldn't think it would be.
For a really good center, he's
4 year, $19 million.
Yeah.
There's no way.
That's his contract right now.
No fucking way.
The UFA in 2025.
Wow.
Dang.
How is he not like... How are the Patriots not like, hey, let's dangle this guy, see what we can get? How many teams would gamble on a really good center in David Andrews?
I think you honestly, I think you would get a big response out of it if they know he's in the
Oh,
market.
yeah.
Yeah, if they floated him around, I think he's one of those guys where it's like teams might not like think about him just yet, but then when they realize like, oh, he's available, if the Patriots go, they make him available, then teams might.
I mean, it's not a sexy position. Let's be honest here. It's not a sexy position at all at center.
No,
but
Do you think Hunter Henry gets swapped?
I would be surprised if Henry gets traded, or I think Gesicki gets traded first, because he's a bigger weapon.
Yes,
He's a big guy.
agree.
Speaking of linemen and big guys, Danielle Hunter.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't he like getting paid $15 or $16 million for the season? And he's a free agent at the end of the year.
I can check that contract too really quick.
I could have swore they gave him like a pay cut or something like that.
Signed a 1 year, $17 million contract with the Vikings. Yada yada yada. 2023. He will earn a base salary of $10 million, a signing bonus of $5.5 million.
What? Really? That's pretty good.
He's a UFA in 2024.
He's gonna get traded.
Oh well, yeah.
Probably.
I mean, the Vikings look like a disaster.
I don't think the Vikings. I think they're trying to have to unload to reload for the future.
I think they're in a similar situation to where the Rams were a year ago, when they kind of are like this past offseason, when they kind of realized like our cap space is in a little bit of a tight spot, so we're probably not going to be able to hold on to all these star players that we have. So literally the term you just used, unload to reload, like kind of let a bunch of guys go, see where the rookies stand, and then go from there when you have more cap space.
Because Jefferson's going to get his big boy money.
Oh yeah.
Well, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
That's
gonna be another thing too. Like I don't know. Like if Minnesota is going to be like, if they're not as good for a long period of time, like if they're not contending within the next few years, I just wonder if Justin Jefferson, by the time his contract runs out, if he's going to want to stay around. Because he's the kind of guy I feel like is going to want to play for a winning franchise. And it's like, if Minnesota can't get it figured out, then what's he doing? What's he still doing there?
I swear to God, if we hear a report that the Chiefs trade 2 first-round picks for this guy, I'm going to lose it.
Dude, you know what's sad is that the Chiefs
I'll
probably use him too.
I'll quit watching football as well, Mike. I don't blame you at all.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like,
I'll quit if the 49ers get him. They don't need him. That's why I would quit, because they don't need him. The Chiefs probably need him more, honestly.
No, it's... can you imagine Can you imagine the amount of... Sorry, Mike.
Right now, outside of Mecole Hardman, I legitimately think Mecole Hardman's their best receiver.
Can you imagine the amount of pants that would get wet in the NFL offices if Justin Jefferson gets traded to the Chiefs? I mean, it would smell like a college... It would smell like a high school locker room.
Oh, Roger Goodell's office would just have stuff everywhere. Yeah.
That's what it would sound like. On repeat for hours.
Play the sound. Just play the sound. I know you want to.
I do.
Going back to Minnesota real quick, KJ Osborne and Jordan Hicks, I could see them leaving too.
Yeah, Hicks could be gone. Hicks is really good. He's been around for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Like a long damn time. Harrison Smith, there's another one.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Pro Bowl safety. Yeah, and then back to Kansas City. Yeah, dude, if Justin Jefferson goes again, nah. No.
I know a lot of people are like saying no way, like that shouldn't happen, but like I'm dead serious when I say I don't know who their like number one guy is, like outside of Mecole Hardman, who they literally just traded for. And like
Enough. We do not accept this here.
Oh my God, I hope not.
I hope not either, but like, you know, you got Travis Kelce, obviously. I'm not forgetting about Travis Kelce.
Travis Kelce needs to be sent to the moon at this point. Him and Taylor Swift both. Just go to the moon.
I'm tired of Taylor
Just
Swift.
go away.
Oh, I'm sick of it.
Oh, tie game. Tie game in the island. Horvat scored! Yeah! Shocking. Mike, I'm shocked you're not watching your Devils play the Islanders right now.
We unfortunately don't. We are strictly a Dallas Star market here. We can't for some reason get East Coast hockey here.
Oh, what a shot! To Dobson, tic-tac-toe, bam!
What's the score?
Tie game, 3 goals apiece. Horvat just scored on a beauty pass.
Nice.
We love to see these things.
Yeah.
We like those things. Anyway, what do you guys think of Dak Prescott?
He's gone.
He's done.
He's absolutely done.
What happened to him?
He's done.
You know what Skip Bayless is thinking right now? I'm very curious to think of what Skip Bayless is thinking. Just like, no, Dak is still the best quarterback in the league. I'm counting on it. Like, shut up. Honestly.
No, Dak needs to be traded. Now, he's a guy that I could see traded.
Jerry won't do it.
No.
Mike, we know Jerry better than anyone.
Well, yeah, he's not going to, no. But I bet they can get stuff out. I bet they can get a good package out of him, though, for a team that needs a quarterback.
Yeah. But he stinks.
I think the Giants are going to sell a lot.
Oh, God, yeah.
I think they're going to be a big-time seller.
I wouldn't be shocked if they do. I wouldn't be shocked at all.
Xavier McKinney, I think, could be on the trading block.
Saquon
definitely, I think, could be. Leonard,
that
Leonard
quote
Williams.
recently where he said he doesn't want to be, but...
What do you guys think of this?
Team he will be.
Mike, I thought of you when this so-called suspension came out over in Ann Arbor. What the fuck happened in Michigan?
Oh, you're talking about...
They got suspended for scouting?
Yeah, there's they're being investigated right now due to the fact that there was reports of some of their coaches or some of their scouting coaches at other future teams' football games, and film and all this was involved. Yeah, they're really under the gun right now about that. The NCAA is really cracking down. Now, I'll be honest with you, I didn't know that was an issue of having coaches go to other games that you're about to play or down the road you're about to play, or
Yeah, isn't that called scouting?
That's in the national championship or in the playoffs. I didn't know that was a big no-no, but apparently to the NCAA is. Yeah, they got caught with coaches being seen at other football games. I don't know what games they were, but their future opponents and even future opponents that they might be seeing in the college football playoff, assuming they get there. So, I'm really curious how this is going to come out to be. And Jim, I think, needs to start looking around. He's really starting to.
Oh, he's going to get a market.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He's going to get a market.
Really make himself known there, not in a good way here.
Chicago, I'm calling it. They're a disaster, and he would help that team immensely.
I could see him going back to the NFL.
To the Bears. Just go to the Bears.
Yeah.
He played quarterback there.
Mm-hmm.
He was really good with Chicago.
End up in Indy. I wasn't going to.
I think Steichen's there. I think Steichen's their guy for now.
I think he's back. Excuse me. I think he's back in the NFL.
Oh, he's got to.
Especially, I wanted to see what comes out of this thing. Investigation with the so-called spying. I'm really curious how this turns out.
Jack?
Sorry, I was distracted because I was looking at Twitter.
That's nothing new.
I saw one of the saves by Sorokin.
Oh, we are not worthy of his majestic Russian greatness. And whatever the hell he's drinking up there in Russia, we are not worthy of the white whale. We are not worthy for the Church of Sorokin. I'm gonna let this keep playing.
Let's keep going.
Oh, great and powerful hockey gods, may you bless us Islander fans with his glory and dinkiness and all the sauce that Sorokin brings to this great team.
Oh,
may he keep standing on his head and use his glorious flappering glove to keep us in these great games and bring us closer to the halls of Lord Stanley's Great Cup. In the name of Gretzky and the Holy Rister, Amen. All right, that's enough.
What were we talking about?
Michigan.
Michigan.
Is it college football? Because I got nothing on college football.
All right, that's enough. Kenny Pickett needs a better offensive coordinator.
Well, Lincoln Riley, he's a great
he can have Matt Canada for one more week.
He can have because he plays the Rams. You're a salty motherfucker. You know that? You don't like to think you're salty, but deep down inside, Jack has like a little succubus in there somewhere.
I'm mad about last year's game. Or not last year. When was the last time we played them? It was like 2019. I got pissed off about that game because he's watching hockey. I got pissed because Goff he tried to throw a pass and the ball he fumbled like mid pass. And it should have been incomplete because you could clearly see on the replay his hand going forward as the ball came out. And the ref said no, the ball came out before his hand went forward, so they ruled a fumble instead of an incomplete pass.
Tuck rule.
And then Minka Fitzpatrick got an interception or some stupid shit. And I remember being like, why are we trying to praise Minka Fitzpatrick when the Steelers only won that game on a BS call?
Yeah.
It really pissed me off because that game could have been won, but Goff was just so up and down in 2019. So and Aaron Donald hasn't. I don't know if he's ever beaten the Steelers, or I don't know like what He had like a stat where he hadn't done anything against the Steelers yet. Like, bottom line, the Rams need to win this game. I don't know what the latest status is on TJ Watt. I heard he didn't practice earlier in the week.
I don't know.
Let me see. That he has a... Yeah, no, they said he's going to be ready to go. Okay, well, we'll see.
What do you guys think of the Zach Wilson argument?
Oh, this is so weird. This is
It's
honestly
weird.
Leave it to the Jets to have like the weirdest season of all time when you think all hope is lost because Aaron Rodgers is down, and this team might actually still be good this year.
Think about it. Certified Cougar hunter Zach Wilson, since Donna Kelsey was at that game in New York. Think about it. I mean, let's be real here. We're all men here for the most part.
Well, yeah.
If we were Zach Wilson in his position and he got all the Cougars going towards him, like Giselle was going for him, I think, at one point,
My God.
I'd be like, sign me up. Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say this: he's got game off the field compared to his on-game field. So I mean, he's got game off of that.
He's played shockingly well.
I think he's realized that his job is so he realizes his job is can be replaced in 2 seconds. I think this is different Zach Wilson that we've seen, or as much as I hate to say it, Nathaniel Hackett is coaching him up pretty well. I don't know which one's what, but
Well, he's doing a good job managing the game.
He made Patrick Mahomes look embarrassed on that Sunday night game.
Well, that defense certainly helps.
Oh yeah, no, that
Well,
Jets
of
defense
course.
is unbelievable.
Yeah, they already had a really good defense before this season, but like, Jesus. Like, they would scare the crap out of me.
Thank God I got them in fantasy.
Shocker. Shock of the day.
here you guys go. Destin Adams, I guess he's the beat writer for the Indianapolis Colts.
Yeah.
Denver and the Indianapolis Colts has engaged in extensive trade talks regarding Jerry Jeudy.
Weird, because the Colts do need receivers.
Yep, I know. Doesn't say exactly who they'd be giving up right now at the moment, but I'm trying to figure out in my head who they would give up or what they would give up for Jeudy.
Jack, it's not like we talked about the Rams enough today. How do you think of the Rams this year so far?
I don't know how to get a read on them this year, honestly. I think I kind of do, but I kind of don't. What I kind of feel like this team is good. Like, they should be a playoff team. The problem is they haven't shown it yet as much as they probably should be. I think they've been yet to play a complete game this season, because in every game except the Cincinnati game, where like they struggled the whole time when it was painfully obvious all they had to do was run the football, and they didn't run the football, and they looked bad all night. Other than that, the Rams have looked competitive or just outright dominant in one half of all of their other games so far this season. And then the other half, I just don't know what the hell they're doing. It feels like Sean McVay hasn't learned. It feels like everything is just anemic, and it's like you can't keep doing that. Like, you have to play 4 quarters. You can't just play a bad first half and then expect the other team to suck throughout the whole second half, or like vice versa. You can't open the game with like a really strong first half and then let off the gas in the second half, because they did that against the Colts. The Colts came right back. They did that against the Niners and the Eagles. They were right there competing with them, and then they let their foot off the gas. And the Niners and Eagles, they never ran away with the game, but the Rams' mistakes kept them out of the game.
Speaking of the Niners, are they frauds?
We'll talk about that in a second.
Okay.
I will say, I think with the injuries to the Rams running backs that they're going on with, that they're dealing with right now, having Darrell Henderson in the lineup is huge.
Oh, he's back?
Yeah, they brought him back because Kyron Williams is going to miss multiple weeks. Ronnie Rivers, he's the backup. He's going to miss multiple weeks. So Zach Evans, who's the rookie, Darrell Henderson, who they just reunited with in free agency, and then Myles Gaskin, who they picked up off the Vikings practice squad, are the 3 running backs for the Rams. There might be
Husky legend.
I don't know. But I expect Darrell Henderson to go off because of his familiarity with the system. I think that he's going to have a pretty good game against the Steelers because it keeps the Rams' ground game relevant in this one, which is really important. They just need to keep running the football, and their offense is going to click. Their passing offense will click as a result of it.
That made Mike giggle. Hey, you never heard that before, have you, Mike?
It's been a while.
You haven't heard that soundboard part before, have you?
It's been a while.
Let's see what I...
Think.
Oh, that's great.
Smoke weed every day.
It's just quick.
Damn, we're switching on you.
The Niners are frauds. The Niners are frauds.
Yes.
The Niners are frauds.
Exposed.
Yep.
And all it took was
Yep.
PJ Walker and the Cleveland Browns. Wow.
I knew from the moment it happened that it would be one of the worst mistakes. Maybe not like bad as in like Trey Lance bad with the Niners, but like when they took a kicker in the 3rd round. In the 3rd round, and Jake Moody is horrible. Like, what? How did they fumble the bag that badly on that one?
Blame John Lynch.
And they oh my god, like it's absolutely hilarious how when CMC and when Deebo Samuel both go down, and it's just like
they can't do shit.
Like Brock Purdy completely goes deer in headlights mode. Like he did not look any good. Like he had one decent drive that was at the end of the game when he got the Niners into field goal territory, and Jake Moody still blew it. But you get my point. Like Brock Purdy just doesn't. He loses his top 2 targets, and all of a sudden he's just not this game-breaking force that he used to be. And that's not what you want in the NFL because like now. They're going to start to figure that out. Teams are going to start to realize you shut down. Like, you don't even have to, like, necessarily hope that they get injured or something like that, if you know what I mean. Like, they don't...
You shut down 2 of any of those guys.
You shut down CMC, you shut down Deebo.
And George Kittle.
And the Niners are nothing.
Yep. And Kittle, too.
I think that's kind of, like, an important, thing to keep an eye on because, like, the Niners, like, you lose your one target and your quarterback turns into, like, a statue and he doesn't know what he's doing.
Devin Witherspoon looks really good though.
Now we're going to talk about the tribe of Puka Nacua because Matthew Stafford lost Cooper Kupp for the first 4 games.
All right, fine.
Matthew Stafford lost Cooper Kupp for the first 4 games and Puka Nacua came and held it down. So
the Church of Puka Nacua.
I thought it was the tribe.
It was the tribe. Close enough. Close enough. Still points. Close enough.
Anyway, that's just me clapping at the Niners. But yeah, no, you lose your top 2 guys, you suddenly like turn into a completely different team, and it's like, is that really all it takes for the Niners to go down that easily? Maybe they'll be more prepared for it if it's like if it ends up. I don't think they're going to end up missing any games, but like if they know that they're going to miss time with injuries, then maybe they'll be better prepared for it. So. But you know, I'm not going to give them the benefit of the doubt because their franchise has nothing but disrespect. So,
did you guys see Seahawks Bengals over the weekend or catch tape of it?
I saw highlights. Yeah.
Holy shit! Devin Witherspoon is fucking good. That kid can ball.
No, he's a good player.
He can ball.
He'll have a good career.
The Seahawks held, assumingly, one of the best offenses in football to 17 points. If you were to tell me that last year, I would laugh in your face and call you a dipshit. The fuck?
I remember last year. I remember how you thought last year's team was going to be just full of crap.
No, the defense couldn't stop a fly.
Well, no, exactly.
The defense couldn't stop a psychotic X even if you tried. That was weird. Anyway.
No, he's a baller. He's and even at Illinois during his college years, but no, he's going to be a baller for you guys. I like that kid.
He looks really good.
Yeah, he's good.
Mike, this might be up your alley. Jack, I'm not so sure, but we shall see. Who knows? I might know some more about you.
Oh no,
I'm kind of scared.
It's well, first of all, it's NBA playoff predictions.
Oh God.
Do we really want to talk about it?
I gave you mine. I don't know how. I mean, I got mine. I don't know how.
Do we really want? Do we? Let's be honest here. Do we really want to?
I'm down.
I sense disagreement.
I don't care if you guys want to go off. I'm literally just gonna be sitting here because in my LeBron James jersey because I told Dan this morning, or not this morning, a couple of hours ago, when he said we're doing NBA playoffs. You got 2 hours, and I'm like, I don't.
Yeah, I know exactly.
The Lakers are just gonna win it all.
All right, fine. Mike,
I will say this.
Yes.
I will say this. I have been keeping an eye on the Lakers in their preseason. I've been keeping an eye on the moves that they made in the offseason. I actually think they had a killer offseason. I think that's all
right.
I have to look up the names, but
Jack with 30 seconds of random NBA talk. Of all things.
I'll give my thoughts. Let's see.
I mean, you could be AEW, just not show up.
Torrin Prince, Cam Reddish, Jackson Hayes, Austin Reeves, Rui Hachimura. I mean, those are all big names that I like seeing stick around. D'Angelo Russell. I'm a fan. I'm a fan of him coming back. I think that was a good move that they made.
Really good.
Veteran extension for Jarrett Vanderbilt. I like that. I mean, I think the Lakers look like they're going to be a good team this year. I really do. I think they're closer. I think the Lakers are honestly like they could probably win. They're like of my favorite teams in any sport. I think they're the closest to winning any championships.
All right.
Maybe the LA Kings, but I think the Lakers are close.
I feel like I sense Kings fan Jack, but we shall not unleash Kings fan Jack from his cage.
Later we will. I'm gonna talk about it later. Don't you worry.
No, I know you will. I know you will. It seems to be routine with you that whenever you're on, the Kings fan Jack always seems to pop into the room. He's like trapped in the closet like R. Kelly. But he's like singing generic like Drew Hill music. That's before your time. That's around Mike's time.
Yeah.
Drew Hill.
Would you say that Damian Lillard going to Milwaukee makes Milwaukee probably the best team in the East?
Yeah.
By far?
Yeah. Unless Miami comes out of fucking nowhere.
What type of Jimmy Butler's hairdo going on here?
It was a prank.
Was it?
It was a prank. Yeah, it was a prank. Good on him, though. Nice prank.
No, it was. Yeah, he fooled me because I thought that was real. I'm like, oh, my dear God.
Mike, did you see this?
There were like team like graphics employees who hated that because a lot of people love using those shots for like social media graphics and stuff like that.
A practical joke.
They were mad about the joke.
It's a practical joke.
I know, but they were mad about it because he like left it on for the team shots, and it's just like, bro, we need those. Like, we
don't tell him to go piss off and chew grass. Jesus.
Well, you can't do that, it's America. It's the new. Nobody can take a joke anymore.
Did you see, Mike, that Vince McMahon is no longer involved with creative in WWE?
I did see that. Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, this merge, and when he sold it, yeah, he's completely out.
He's still the chairman. Let's be real.
Well, yeah,
he's still chairman,
but he's got no ties to any creative or anything.
Good. Honestly, good.
No, it is good because when Vince was in the creative stint, the storylines were so boring and got nowhere. These storylines, I don't know who the one that's calling the shots, but I'm not for sure if it's Triple H or who it is, but
It's Triple H.
Is it?
Yeah, Triple H is running.
Props to him because he's got these storylines really rolling.
Triple H is running the main roster. Shawn Michaels is running NXT.
Yep.
But my curious question for you is, have you been on AEW Twitter at all? Good fucking Lord. It is terrible. I feel bad.
I'm going to be honest with you, Dan. I really liked the product when it first came out. They're starting to just get annoying. Tony Khan is ruining not only his career, he's ruined AEW.
Well, it's not only just that. The fan base, and we know a good chunk of them, that will say AEW can do nothing wrong. AEW is perfect. Blah, 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 blah. AEW can go abuse me and peg me or some shit. I don't know. Like, Jesus. I had to. But that's the level of fanhood that they have.
No, they're loyal. No, I'm with you on that.
They are, AEW is their dominatrix, and they will let them dominate. Okay, that's enough. All right, I'm done with that. But anyway, Jesus Christ, only spit like Brokeback Mountain. A couple more. Brokeback Mountain. All right, that's enough. Anyway,
Copeland in who is Edge? And for you don't know, is Edge. Sting, supposedly he's supposed to retire in 24. But my thing is this: have you seen? Have you seen the fans at these events, Dan?
Oh, good. So I'll get to that.
Half the arena, not even half the arena. Like 2/3 of the arena is full. Everything else is empty.
It's empty. Two-thirds of the arena is empty. Okay, so this is AEW is starting to turn into what TNA was,
right?
Back in the day when it was just dysfunction and bullshit and toxic things. It was so. I have with you 4 suggestions that I think would help. So, 1, make the following lead bookers and or producers with AEW: Chris Jericho, Bryan Danielson, Mark Henry, Matt Hardy, Paul White, Adam Copeland, and Sting.
I think I like that because I think you got to get these guys with 40+ years of experience because like Sting, for example, has been wrestling for God knows how long now.
Oh, back with the old NWA.
Oh my God, I remember. Lord,
Surfer Sting, yeah,
forever.
Oh yeah,
but I think those guys gotta be. They gotta be. I like that because I don't know what they're doing, but go on.
Have Tony Khan become just the CEO and or GM, and have AEW hire a team of writers. Vince Russo is not one of them.
No, Vince Russo is why WCW fell to the ground.
And TNA twice. Anyway. Go to smaller venues for only 1 show a week. Agreed. And have Ring of Honor do the same thing. Also go to smaller venues like what Impact is doing nowadays.
Well, they're going to have to because they're making a mockery out of themselves. They're embarrassing themselves.
And number 4, which I think all wrestling fans, AEW, TNA, whatever, alike, demote the Young Bucks as EVPs. Just done. People will say Tony Khan's the reason why CM Punk got fired. No. It's because the Young Bucks couldn't handle that CM Punk is a far better wrestler than they are.
There's really not a solid tag team in AEW.
FTR, that's it. FTR and the Acclaim, that's pretty much it.
I'll give you those, yeah.
But there are a lot of things we can be grateful for AEW over the last few years. Like for example, they proved that hey, WWE is not the only place you can go.
True.
They revived a once dead promotion in Impact Wrestling.
Agreed.
They brought credibility back to Ring of Honor and New Japan.
Definitely agree on that.
They give Lucha Libre more recognition.
Yep.
If you want to just include, hey, they revived Impact Wrestling. They made Impact better than it's been in years. And they're saying, hey, you don't just need to go to WWE to improve your career.
Well, no.
Number two, they brought in notable talent from the indies. I can name you 3 of them. Right? Actually, I have a whole list. The current AEW World Heavyweight Champion, Long Island's own MJF.
He'll be in WWE soon.
Oh, for God's sakes, yes.
Yeah.
The current TBS champion, also from Long Island, Chris Statlander.
Yeah.
Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. Hangman Adam Page, Sammy Guevara, The Acclaimed, also from Long Island. Darby Allin, Jade Cargill, who, by the way, is with WWE right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you want to include those guys as, like, holy shit, like, they would not have been recognized without AEW.
You probably never even hear of him.
You wouldn't hear of MJF at all.
No.
MJF is not as covered as a free agent now if AEW does not exist.
No.
Number 3, which I think we can all thank this. Cody Rhodes would not be as big as he is today without AEW. That's just fact.
I'm over Cody Rhodes. I don't know what they're trying to do with him storyline. I mean, I know where they're going to probably go with this. Probably WrestleMania 40 with Roman again, I'm sure.
Yeah, you have to. You got to.
Man, they got to figure out what they're going to do with him because this storyline with him is getting really it's dragging out here.
I know what they're doing, and they're preventing a Daniel Bryan situation where you don't want him to win the title and then have no momentum with the title.
Well, no, you got to have something with it. I mean,
Kofi Kingston was another perfect example.
Oh, yeah.
But Cody Rhodes is bigger now than he has been his entire fucking career.
Especially in his Stardust days.
Oh, dear Lord, yeah. And you have AEW to thank for that.
Oh, yeah.
And probably the most important one. Without AEW, CM Punk would not have come out of wrestling exile.
No.
That does not happen.
Mm-mm.
Ever. Like, he is not probably going back to WWE.
I would be shocked if he comes back.
I would be appalled if he doesn't. Just to give a giant middle finger to Tony Khan.
I could see that because Triple H would be that kind of guy.
And we're Survivor Series this year.
Mm-hmm.
We're Survivor Series.
Yep.
Chicago.
Yep.
But, yeah. So, last topic before we close up shop, and this includes all 3 of yous, because it's a very, 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 very risky debate going on in the NHL right now. And I mean stupid risky, what we're going to talk about. So, before the season started with the NHL, they banned the NHL and the commissioner, like, basically put a stop to the Pride tape thing that's been going around and stuff like that. I mean, Jack,
This fucking league, dude.
Okay, you go first, and
I don't think I've ever seen a league where I love the sport, but I cannot stand the professional league right now. Like, the people in charge of the NHL just don't know what the hell they're doing. Like, I've just seen so much backwards in, like, the last several years, and this continues to be another thing that's like, my God, like, I don't understand sometimes, like, why, like, people decide to, like, completely take it the complete opposite direction just because, like, the whole reason why this has started is because there were like 7 or 8 people who complained about not wanting to wear a warm-up jersey, and now it's gone on to like the whole entire league as a whole was like just completely getting rid of any notion of it. Like, what they like to have the whole promotion, like hockey is for everyone around this time of year, and it's like, or not this time of year, but around that like at some point in the season. It's like, no, it's not. You don't think that it's for everyone. Otherwise, you would treat people like it was. Like, it just, you wouldn't be like banning Pride tape. You wouldn't be banning the warm-up jerseys. And it's like, now other jerseys with like, that don't even have anything to do with this topic are being banned because of it. And it's like, it's just a complete disaster all around. And I just can't believe this league keeps going backwards. It's so stupid.
For a league that, by the way, covered up a sexual assault and abuse scandal with the Blackhawks that lasted for
That's what I mean.
Like,
That's what I mean when I say this league has been going backwards.
it doesn't surprise me that the league would do something like this because of the sketchiness that they've had for well over 20 years. So, I mean, if you want to go back to John Spano with the Islanders, there's a big one. The lockout in 2006, the lockout in 2013. I mean, they've had some really sketchy moments to where you're like, I don't know what to think here. I mean, covering up a sexual abuse scandal like that? And then, I personally, like, from a personal experience, I view it as like, okay, that's cool. Like, it's a cool aesthetic that you're putting the Pride tape on, the warm-up jerseys, the whole 9 yards. Like, oh, it's cool. It's like a neat little thing, like the retro warm-up jerseys that we saw in years past. Mm-hmm. That shit's cool. The St. Patrick's Day warm-up jerseys, those are fucking cool. The Pride Night jerseys, those are fucking nice. They're nice. And, like, the tape thing, I get it, but to double down on it like the way the league has been doing it and say, hey, we're not going to do this entirely. If 7 or 8 players, like, and what are they, bench warmers?
Most of them were, yeah.
Probably, right?
I don't know about all of them, but
I think Mark Scheifele was one of them.
The fact of the matter is that this whole entire situation exploded into something it didn't need to get into because there were like under 10 players were making a huge deal out of not wanting to wear these warm-up jerseys. And now it's like there are other teams that run like promotions for like pre-game warm-up jerseys and stuff like that all the time. And now none of those are even allowed to be made anymore.
Yeah.
Because of this whole situation. Like, the ones that don't even have to do with Pride are not being made anymore.
Honestly, yeah. Mike, what do you think?
Well, my thing is as simple as the NHL needs to figure out, one, what they want to do and run with it. I think, and my personal thing is this, and I get, I'm sure some players have reasons behind it, this, that, and something else, but at the end of the day, it's just a practice. I mean, it's a warm-up thing.
It's a fucking jersey.
It's a warm-up thing. Cool. You're probably out there no more than 30 minutes with it. Cool.
Not even that.
I don't,
like, you're going to wear it for
even,
50 minutes, and then it's going to be auctioned off, and you're never going to see it again.
Yeah, it's like that's on the players then. If you want to talk about, like, who's to blame here, that's on the players. That's on that very short list of players.
You know what? The league was just sick of it. The league was sick of seeing, like, the players complaining about it, but like they decided to make the worst decision out of all this. Like, they decided to just like I think the unfortunate truth is that you're never going to find a solution that pleases everyone.
No,
you're never going to please everyone, and that's the unfortunate truth. That
exactly,
not just in sports but in life as a whole, you're never going to please everyone. Not everyone's going to be happy. Not everyone's going to be pissed, and that's fine.
Mm-mm.
That's fine. You can't go around just pleasing everyone. You're not the fucking Care Bears, okay? It's fine. It's whatever.
That's the thing.
It's whatever. I mean, yeah, it sucks. But at the same point, you can't go around just like pleasing everyone. I get we live in it.
You can't go pushing this whole agenda of like no pride, none of like all this. Like, you can't go around like
you
that.
Can't like push anything like down people's throats as a whole, because eventually people are just gonna be like, yo, that's enough. Like,
well, you can get a lot of rebellion after a while.
Well, first of all,
right now it's making the league as a whole just a pure homophobic.
Well, I understand what certain people may like. People have their viewpoints. That's fine. You got your viewpoints. I got my viewpoints. Jack's got his viewpoints.
Yeah.
Mike has his viewpoints. But the fact of the matter is, we all bleed the same blood.
Well, and that's what makes this country unique, is we all have our own opinions. If we all thought alike, this country or this world would just be flat out boring.
We all bleed the same blood in the end. No matter what we look like, no matter how we think, no matter what we say, no matter what we do, in the end, the same blood that runs through our veins is all the same color.
Mm-hmm.
That's
I
it.
mean, that is just it.
That's it.
Everybody's human at the end of the day. Everybody's a human, and, people just need to... I don't know, people just... I don't know how to word it, but, you just got to make peace somehow, I feel like.
I'm going to be real with y'all, and I'm going to be real with you for, a little bit, and I honestly... Throughout this whole thing, throughout this whole, controversy with the whole don't say gay thing that's been going around, not just in Florida, but, throughout the NHL as a whole, I stopped... It's not that I stopped caring, it's the fact that I try not to pay attention to it because it makes me so pissed off. Because, honestly, what's wrong with just being a good person?
Well,
What's wrong with that?
Well, there's nothing wrong with that, and that's the issue. We've now gotten away from who that person really is compared to, the lifestyle, this, that, and something else, and now their lifestyle is why we don't want to hang around them or talk to them or think differently of them compared to when it was, in the past. But
yeah, my policy in life has always been the same thing. If you're good to me, I am good to you.
Right.
If I am good to you, I expect you to be good to me right back.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Well,
That is it.
Yeah.
That's how... take it with a grain of fucking salt. I don't give a shit. But it's such a shame that all because, you wear your socks a different way, then you're a terrible person. What the fuck does that even mean? I don't know. It pisses me off royally. That's probably the farthest I'm going to go in this whole thing because, quite frankly, I'm having a beer, and I'm having a Bud Light beer, and quite frankly, I liked these before they were gay. Because, Jesus. Do you think Doughnut gives a shit about who you are as a person? No. She sees human. She sees pillow.
She sees pillow and slave to clean litter box.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, and to feed her. Yeah, it's true. But then she's also starting to...
It's the same thing. She doesn't care.
She's also starting to realize that, hey, I'm the boss here.
Well, of course.
Piss off, Doughnut. Love you. Moral of the story is that we gotta, get out of this mindset of, hey, we just gotta push our values and, mindsets to everything aside. So go to your local hobo. Give him a big hug. Throw some change in his pants. Go to, wish the gay couple a wonderful honeymoon. Let the rednecks drink their beer and shoot their guns. Everyone just fucking chill. But we gotta stop, having this mindset hey, we gotta change the way you think. Who the fuck cares?
Mm-hmm.
Who the fuck cares? That's just me.
Let people do what, think that, in turn, obviously there's, within reason, I should say, but, let people think that sort of thing and just let them be who they want to be.
America is about freedom. Freedom to live your life as you please. So go smoke a bowl, eat a greasy burger, shoot your guns, praise Jesus, and wish those two fellas next door a happy honeymoon. Because it's only when people force their ways onto others that problems begin. And honestly, it never ceases to fucking amaze me how many fully grown adults don't understand that. I stole that from an Instagram post, by the way.
Nice.
Just honestly.
I figured he stole it from somewhere.
No, it's on my phone right here. I steal it. It's mine. Well, it's not mine,
if
but
it's not affecting you at all, then you don't have to care.
Thank you.
Bottom line. If it's not if someone else is thinking that way and that's just who they are as a person and it's not affecting you in the slightest,
mm-hmm.
Mind your own damn business.
That's on them. That's not on you. That's on them.
Either wish them well or just don't engage. Like, plain and simple.
Amen to that. So anyway, that's how my brain exploded. And I still set my arm on fire.
That he did.
No, seriously, look at my arm.
I believe it.
Seriously?
Look,
it's right here.
You said it happened. I see the wound.
It's great. It stings a little bit, I'm not going to lie, but it's like, all right, I'm
I'm
gonna...
sure it stings.
Yeah.
Well, no shit.
I'm sure my minor sunburns are nothing compared to that, but...
So it was where I was welding, and all of a sudden I was like, why do I smell fried chicken? And I'm like, oh, I'm on fire. That's great.
So how quick did you run to the faucet?
I didn't use the faucet. I was just like, all right, just tap on the arm, rip the jacket off, like
it out.
Tap my arm, just like, pour some water. I get a bucket of ice and stick my arm in there. I mean, you gotta do something.
Well, yeah, you just want to stand there with your arm on fire.
I mean, let's be real here. I'd rather get burned than have my arm sliced up.
Well, of course.
I mean, sure, yeah.
Let's be fucking real here.
That is literally like the whole debate that I've heard about before. Like, if you're doing CPR, would you rather have a broken rib or would you rather be dead? If someone's doing CPR on you.
Oh, I got one for you guys. What the fuck was it? I lost it, but did you guys see Christopher Nolan is directing the new James Bond films?
No, it's not.
He is. And rumored is he might have Henry Cavill be the next James Bond. I see intrigue from you two.
Interesting.
Intriguing indeed. Intriguing. Jack, I know you're going to go insane if we don't talk about the Kings. Go.
Pierre-Luc Dubois. How many goals is it now? It's 3 in his last 2. He had 2 goals in 14 seconds against the Wild yesterday, and the Kings played probably their best game of the season because the only 3 goals they allowed, 2 of them, one of them was a lucky bounce. One of them should not have counted because the refs can't review offside.
Just keep going. I'm just going to time you, see how long this goes.
You made me lose my train of thought, man. The 3rd goal was in garbage time, so it didn't matter. Yeah, I think we need to come up with a name for the connection between Dubois and Kevin Fiala because they're going to be stuck around for a long time. They're both signed through 2029. Cam Talbot looks like the guy so far, and I think the Kings are good enough to win the division. I think Vegas just got off to a harder start, but that's not about how you start in this league. So I think that LA, it's my official prediction that they're going to win the division this season. So I think they're finally finding their rhythm. They have a couple tough tests coming up soon, but they look like they're more than ready for it. Also, Alex Laferriere needs to score his first career goal already because goddamn is he coming close.
1 minute, 3 seconds, and 42 milliseconds.
Must be a record.
I might as well keep doing this just to be a dick.
You might as well keep track.
Seriously.
I mean, I'm not going to send you shirtless DK Metcalf whenever he scores. No, I'm serious. Mike, first game of the year, the Seahawks play the Rams, and DK Metcalf scored the first touchdown. I proceed to send him a picture of that viral picture of Metcalf shirtless as a practical joke, and the Seahawks lost.
I sent him. I want to know what I sent him after that too.
I think it was like
I want to find this.
It was Aaron Donald flashing his ring finger. I remember distinctly because you had distinct
that's because
Lake Mead levels of salt.
Next drive, and they just.
Yeah, because you and your salty ass.
What was I salty about?
You secretly, you will never admit that you are salty, but deep down inside, Jack is very salty.
In that specific case, I was just throwing back what was thrown to me. This
is true. This is called karma.
I will admit, I can be salty sometimes, but that time...
See?
There was no salt in that one. No sodium chloride to be found.
Is there a way I could somehow, like, change the camera angle to... Hold on, there is a way to do this. Hold on, give me a second here. I'm gonna use my brain. Because I want to show you guys this. I gotta... technical difficulties. It's not even technical difficulties, hold on. I want to figure this out. There we go. There she is. You see her?
Where did you get a giant creeper from Minecraft?
Oh, that's...
I thought that's where my
this
thing
thing
goes.
Yeah, this right
Oh,
here?
it's not big. I thought it was a lot bigger than what
You
it was.
thought that thing in the back was a giant creeper? You thought it was
I
this
thought
thing?
it was a lot bigger than it was. That's cool, actually.
Yeah, it's fucking
I like
awesome.
that. Nice little desk decoration.
Fuck yeah. And then there's Doughnut and her tower of pimps.
With hockey in the reflection of the window.
Yes, the Islander game is, it's just... Good lord. Your boy needs a haircut.
Don't need to tell me that twice.
Jack, you've had the same hair for the few years that I've known you.
It will probably never change.
Motherfucker, you look like John Lennon.
Yeah, until I get a haircut in a couple weeks, and then I'll go back to looking like, what's his name?
Oh, Dumb and Dumber.
Jim Carrey from Dumb and Dumber. I just
I
flip back and
remember
forth
that.
between those. Man.
I remember that. That was fucking great. Ladies and gentlemen, that'll do it for this lovely episode of Time to BS with Daniel Smooth. Our thanks to Jack and Michael McGlintock for the Area Attack Podcast for joining in. There's Doughnut, who you can't see because this is only on audio format, but that's okay, because this is still going on YouTube, because fuck you. Anyway, I'm coming to you from the beaches of Long Island, New York. Peace out, guys.